enthusiasts, and welcome back to The Sims 4 Royal Witch Kingdoms. Today we are continuing with the royal family of Hulkane. Now, as you saw in the movie, High Queen Leia is pushing High Prince Vex to get closer to Master Dorian Holbart, the heir of a noble family that is living in the same kingdom. Now, she's really close with Ophelia, and you guys will remember way back in the series when Leia first got pregnant, or was it Ophelia? I think Leia had Vex first, yep, because he's older. And then when Ophelia got pregnant, they kind of made this whole deal that their kids would be the best of friends. And so I think they've been pushing Vex and Dorian together as much as possible, or, well, they think as much as possible. And unfortunately, it hasn't turned out the way that Leia would prefer. I think Leia is just assuming that the kids are really close to each other. And I'm not sure about Ophelia, but I think they would be, along the same line of thought. But the reality is very different because Vex, he's super influenced by his Tetrula Kotyan, his father, royal father. And he doesn't like the Holdigans at all. He thinks the Holdigans are below them and they have no place among nobility, all of those things. And unfortunately, the Holbarts, they're kind of mediators in this kind of mini feud that the royal family has with the Holdigans. So Dorian obviously has been raised to look at both sides and try and, keep everyone and everything together. Vex doesn't really appreciate it, so the few times that Vex in his childhood has said stuff about Eldrick, I think it's Eldrick, has said stuff about him. Let's check. Yes, Eldrick, Master Eldrick. Then Dorian has kind of stood up for Eldrick or hasn't really liked what Vex has said, and that's caused, them to drift apart, and now they're not really friends at all, pretty much. So Vex needs to fix it now because his mother expects him to fix it. So we're going to be trying to work on that. Now, in the Youths of Hulkane, we also have the addition of Eldrick's younger sister, Miss Veronica, who aged up into a child recently, so she has kind of joined this group. And I think after talking to Tetrula Kotyan, right, his father, Vex has decided that, you know what, maybe I need to start inviting the youths to the palace a lot more often and see if I can kind of show everyone their rightful place, which for Dorian is by his side, and for Eldrick and Veronica, it's far away from them. So we're going to start a gathering. We're going to try and get the kids over as much as possible. Now, obviously, we know what needs to be happening, and I would like it to happen naturally. So I don't want to force the friendships, but I definitely want to encourage them being in the same space as much as possible. So hopefully, Dorian gels with Vex. But look at how cool Vex is! I love him so much. He looks flippin' awesome, I have to say. He looks so good. But at this point, we are pretty much done having kids. We're just gonna be raising the Sims that we have so far, because we have all the boys and all the girls that we could possibly need. And I think the story is gonna be focused a lot more on relationships. However, I have to say, Queen Leia is being a little bit odd recently. She keeps gagging, and if we click on the toilet, she can throw up, which she could not do in the previous episode. If you remember, when we were playing with the previous noble family, I think we were playing with the Citadelies, then we had a pop-up saying that Leia wanted to expand her family and try for a baby, and we agreed to that. So, the game went ahead and arranged all of that. And then we jumped in to check if there was anything different about her, and she didn't have any options to throw up. We didn't see anything in the moodlets, so we just assumed she wasn't pregnant. But now, after playing for a few, sim hours, she is showing signs that she may be expectant with a second royal baby. So that's kind of huge. We're gonna have to wait and see if that eventuates or anything. And I don't think it's because she's eaten something, because I hadn't played her long enough for her to eat anything. And if they do eat something, I'm pretty sure that the feeling goes away, like they throw up and then it goes away. So I don't really know what's going on over here. If she is, this is going to be probably officially the last baby, unless the game has even more pop-ups, but yeah. I'm kind of excited. We're going to keep an eye on Leia to see if anything changes with her condition, but we are trying to focus on the kids at this point in time. Okay, let's see. What are you doing? You're talking... You know what should happen, though? Okay, he has introduced himself. Look at this. They don't even have... It's like that... Don't even have an introduction with each other, which is just terrible. But let's try and at least say hello to everyone. There we go. And then he can go ahead and interact with the kids as he will, and I will try not to force anything between them. But look at this. This is what I want to see. Vex and Dorian chatting with each other. Now, I've also gone ahead in all of the youth groups. I have added the romantic interaction because now they're starting to age up into teens, and I kind of want them to, you know, find their preferences on their own, if possible, and start developing their love stories. I mean, obviously, there's no guarantee the love stories are going to eventuate because their parents... What is this? Did you see that? What is that? What is she talking about? Leia. 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 These are all baby symbols. Oh my goodness, guys. I don't know. Because she's gagged like a few times off camera while I've been trying to set up this episode. She has a few times. So I'm a little bit worried. She might be. I mean, I'd be excited if she was. I would be so excited if she was, because we've been wanting a sibling for Vex for a very long time, and we haven't gotten one until literally like right at the end when we stopped having kids. So I hope there's something going on. That'd be so exciting. That'd be so exciting. But yeah, like I was saying, there's no stories, there's no guarantee the love stories are going to eventuate because their parents are going to be arranging the marriages. But I do want to see some romance if possible as the kids age into teens. So all the youth groups, they have this be romantic with everyone as well. And I think the Hulkin group, they had be mischievous and mean, and I got rid of that, so hopefully that helps as well. I know it's helped a big deal with the other kingdoms, like the kids in the other kingdoms, they've managed to make friends because we took that out, so hopefully the same thing's gonna happen here. Now, Veronica, I mean, look at these kids. See, this is exactly what Vex doesn't like. Dorian is getting along very well with Veronica and with Eldrick. He kind of sticks with them quite a bit, hangs out with them, and is nice and kind to them. He includes them, right? Which Vex doesn't like, because Vex feels as though these pesky farm people, right, they are below the royal family. And it's not necessarily that they have anything against farmers, it's just that the king does not like the Holdigans. So because the king does not like the Holdigans, and initially the queen didn't, the High Queen didn't either, that prejudice has passed down to Vex, and Vex, like, being a farmer is just an excuse for, like, an extra excuse for people he doesn't already like. He doesn't like them because they're Holdigans. Not necessarily because they are, you know, farm people. So, yeah. He's not too happy. He's kind of including them in this palace get-together so that he can show them their place and hopefully, you know, prove that they are different from the Holbots, and Dorian should be closer to the prince than anything else. But we'll see how this goes. Dorian obviously has no problem hanging out with these guys and being really close with them. But there we go. This is also the first time I think we are getting to see Veronica as a child. She looks very, very much like her brother. Obviously, the eyes are not the right ones. I'm going to have to fix this when they become teens, but we won't worry about that. Another thing, Vex finds Eldrick, like his hair and just everything, the way he dresses, finds him very unkempt, and maybe his behavior as well. He doesn't feel like the Holdigans are a very refined bunch. And so I feel as though when he's being nice to Veronica, it's kind of in a, you know, condescending sort of, oh, of course, you know, you seem like a delightful child. and all of that kind of stuff. Like, I don't, if he's being nice, it's probably fake. I don't think he genuinely wants to be friends with these kids. He kind of wants to alienate them, if anything. And he probably thinks they're a bit dumb, in all honesty. I think he feels as though they're very simple and they won't notice the fact that he looks down on them. But anyways, kids have this going on. We're gonna keep an eye on Leia and see if anything interesting happens. Oh look, she wants to do a who with King Uther. Of course she does. You know what? You guys can get some personal time. I think that should be fine. Do we even have a hot tub? I was gonna say, I don't think we have a hot tub. Really? None whatsoever? Huh. Even downstairs? Huh. That's intriguing. Well, that's fine. We'll just take you up to the Queen's quarters, and we will get them to have some private time together. So let's go and do that. Now, obviously, these two have been very, very close romantically. I mean, Leia has been... I can't remember if Uther's ever initiated anything with Leia. I feel like it's always been High Queen Leia. Like, she's always been the one to demand his presence and his affection. At least that's the way it seems to me, from what I can remember. He does it because, you know, he's in the role and it's convenient to go along with the Queen's wishes and get what he wants. Essentially. Like, he gets rewarded for being a good boy. Okay, what? We have gifts, apparently? Apparently. Okay, well, like I said, I will catch up with you guys when we have something a bit more interesting happening. Guys, guess what? Look at this. She has morning sickness. She has flippin' morning sickness. Oh my goodness. Okay, so it looks like we are expanding the royal family of Holkane, which is very unexpected. I was fully convinced that we weren't gonna have any more kids at all, but apparently Leia has other plans. I will say though, I'm very excited because I was so amped up when I found out that we might be getting a second royal child in the Holkane family, because we've been trying for ages. We've been trying for a very long time. But then, you know, we had the lost boy we needed with the Citadelies, and then she didn't show any signs of having conceived, so I kind of just put that to rest and made peace with the fact that this family would just stay with an only child. But no, Leia has an amazing surprise for us. So, this is just amazing. This is just flippin' amazing. We're gonna get another prince or princess. Ah, I'm excited. I am so excited. But we have that going for these guys. We have pizza, apparently, as well. So what are you doing? Don't eat whatever you're gonna eat. Take our pizza. We got some tikka masala pizza, so let's have that. It sounds really good. Sounds really, really good. Okay, what are you doing? Why are you eating this? Don't eat that. No, 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 no. Clean that up. What's the queen doing? Okay, she's gonna go outside for a float. That's fine. Is she hungry? She's not hungry. But High Prince Vex is gonna come down for his pizza. And then we're gonna eat that. Vex, just... not Vex. Uther, just hold on a little bit. A little bit. And then you can have this pizza. Anyways, I don't mind if they have a boy or a girl, but I would love for Leia to have a, like, dark-skinned child with blonde hair. Like, with, like, yellow, golden hair that she has. I would love it if the second child had Uther's skin and Leia's hair. I think that'd be cool. But then again, another red-skinned child would also be great, because I think Vex is the only red-skinned child, actually. The Citadelies have they have darker-skinned kids, and I think some other, I think the Sisters have a dark-skinned daughter as well. But I don't think we have, I think Vex is the only red-skinned child. So maybe it'd be fun if Leia had another red-skinned baby. Maybe. With blonde hair, though. With her golden hair. Okay, Prince, let's take a slice and we'll get the king to come and take a slice as well, and you guys can enjoy some pizza. Pizza, pizza. There we go. That seems good. That looks good, doesn't it? Are they gonna go outside for some father-son time? I think they are. Gonna head outside for some nice father-son time on separate tables. Of course, it is the royal way. We just like doing things from a distance. And then he has to go to academy, of course, but he is the flippin' high prince, so he will leisurely order his pizza for breakfast, eat his 2 slices of pizza, and then go to academy. Like, sorry. The academy waits on him, if anything. They wait on him. So he's gonna get going, and then when he comes back, we're gonna do the same thing we did the day before, in that we're gonna call over the youngsters and hopefully encourage them to make friends. Now, I would have loved if The Sims 4, getting your kids to make friends at school or at academy, was similar to Sims 3. In The Sims 3, it doesn't affect your grade. In The Sims 4, making friends takes away from actually studying, which I feel like is so silly, because you can bond with people over like school projects and homework, I think. You can do that. And obviously when you're in a classroom, if you have to work together in a group, or even if, whoever you sit next to, you'd talk with them and you'd befriend them, wouldn't you? Like, I just feel like it's so silly. Why do you have to sacrifice friendship for the sake of studying? That is just ridiculous. So, I just don't even bother changing like this. I don't even bother with make friends. I just get them to work on that outside of academy hours. Otherwise, it's just terrible. But anyways, if we're going to keep track of maybe the relationship with Vex and the others, look at this. He actually has like a bit more relationship with Dorian than the others. He's been cordial at this point though. So I think he's made like a teeny weeny bit of progress with Dorian. He just doesn't like Eldrick though, so I don't even think he tries with Eldrick. I think he's attempting to entertain Veronica a little bit, attempting to, just so he can, make Dorian open and less hostile towards him. And then once he gains Dorian's trust, I think he's going to start kind of seeding some of that, not distrust, but distance between Dorian and the others, and start showing him that, well, you guys are very, very different, and we shouldn't get carried away with the Holdigans. We should stick close to each other, the Holbots and the Holcanes. So I think that's where Vex is going with kind of his plan. But okay, why don't we pick up at a later point? Okay, Queen Leia is in her second trimester, and at about 8 a.m. on Tuesday morning, guess what we have? Another pop-up concerning the expansion of a family. So, Lady Ophelia, the next family that we're supposed to be playing, right? The Holbots, family that Dorian's from. They have contacted High Queen Leia, saying, we've been thinking about trying for a baby lately. Do you think we should do it? We want to, but we're not sure. It's a huge responsibility. What do you think? Now, typically, I would say yes, because we were wanting to encourage, a bigger population. But at this point, like with Leia, we said yes for Leia back when we still hadn't gotten our last boy with the Citadelies. So, in case the Citadelies had a girl, we still wanted another boy, which is why I said yes. And now we're kind of dealing with the consequence of that. But at this point in time, we don't need any more children. So we're going to advise Ophelia that it's not a good idea. She may choose to ignore us and do it anyways, but that's what we're going to do. We're going to say, no, I don't think it's a good idea. Oh, okay, you think so? I guess you were right. Thanks for giving me a reality check. Oh, thank goodness. Okay, so they're not going to do anything. Which is good, because we don't need any more kids. We really don't. We have all the kids we could possibly need. Now we just need to raise them up and get them all married to each other. So, there we go. If we can help it, Leia is going to be the last one to have a baby. If we can help it. She's going to be the last one. Now, I've had, instances in the past where the Sims have, Sims in question have just ignored our advice and gone ahead and had a baby anyways. And this is the first time I'm seeing them listen to our advice when we've advised them against it. So, That's kind of interesting. But okay, Vex is off to Academy. Leia wants to spend some time with Uther, so let's throw in a flut over here. Let's see. Let's throw in a flut. Get these two to spend some time. They've been very close. I mean, obviously. But we know why. We know why. I don't feel like there's necessarily like genuine love and affection between this couple. I feel like it's just to satiate the desires kind of thing. But they don't like, obviously they don't dislike each other. I don't think Uther dislikes the queen necessarily. I just don't think he's in love with her. And they have kind of like a master-servant relationship almost. At least that's the way I observe it. Okay. Let's give her some love and affection. Well, not really love, but affection. And let's see. I think we had Lady Rhiannon visit us in the middle of the night, some other night. But since then, we haven't really had any visitors. Okay, let's take these two up here. Okay, there we go. Basically, his job currently is to keep High Queen Leia in the best of flippin' moods until this baby is born. And I mean, this is like the hugest gap between siblings, I think. Like, this is a big gap between her, Vex, and Vex's sibling. I thought Nimue had a huge gap. And I mean, she does. Nimue has a huge gap with her sister. But it might be similar. Nimue's gap with her sister might be similar to Vex's gap with his sibling. Just because Vex was born a bit later as well. Yeah, it makes sense. Nimue was like a firstborn kid in the entire series. So she's the oldest one that we have. But look at his room. It's so nice. I love the way this palace is decorated. It's so nice. Like, I love this is supposed to be Uther's room. Love it. It looks so good. And we all know Leia's room very, very well. And then of course this is High Prince Vex's room. Which it would also make sense if we swapped them, but no, I'm happy with Vex to stick in this room and for Uther to take the other one. Even the butler's room downstairs, I mean, like, look at this. Look at this. It looks good. You know what might end up happening is the younger prince or princess might end up getting this room, and then I think we might turn this into a butler's room. Yeah, I think that's what we might end up doing. That makes sense to me. That makes sense. So yeah, all the, main characters are up here, and then the spare to the heir is going to be down in the basement, in the dungeon. But it's a very nicely decorated dungeon, if I do say so myself. Let's see. Okay, he wants to embrace High Queen Leia. Let's embrace. They're just kind of lost in their own world. Just lost in their own little world. I've also been getting them to practice their magic. So I want to try and keep that going as much as possible. Okay, let's get changed. Is it warm? It's a bit warm. Hold on. Let's change. Same for you. Who's this? Thank you, Holdigan. But we're good. I don't think we're gonna go and do anything that you're doing. We're gonna practice some of our untamed magic. Now, with Leia, she's friends again with High Lord Eric, but that's only because Lady Ophelia has been making efforts to reconnect the Holdigans and the Queen, or get the Holdigans back in favor with the Queen. So to keep peace, the Queen's kind of listened to Ophelia's advice, but Uther, he's the one that's holding stringently to his dislike of the Holdigans. And because I personally feel as though he's closer to Vex than Leia is, because Vex kind of feels bad for his Kotian and how he lives a very, privileged but oppressed life. So I think any thoughts that his father has on, other nobles, Vex also feels strongly about the same things. So he really is carrying on that dislike for the Holdigans because his father really dislikes the Holdigans. That's kind of interesting. But it's funny because the whole reason, I think this dislike of Holdigans started because the Holdigans were getting too close to Uther, and the Queen is very possessive of Uther, so she got upset at the Holdigans for doing that, and then she kind of told Uther to beware of the Holdigans, and then Uther started disliking the Holdigans, and then the Queen got kind of patched that relationship up because of Ophelia, but Uther's still holding to that dislike, so it's kind of snowballed a little bit from something unrelated to now this current state. What can you do though? You can't really do much. Okay, I will pick up when we have something else going on. Vex is back from academy and someone has aged up into a teenager among the youths. So Master Dorian is no longer a child. He is now in the same league as our prince, and I've given him his noble makeover. Let's take a look at him. So he's got a black and green kind of aesthetic, obviously wearing the clothes the noble males do, or the noble male teens do. Black hair, as we know, and finally we get to see his beautiful blue-black eyes, which I don't think he managed to have as a child because the game refuses to acknowledge things like that. But look at him. He is a very, very nice-looking sim. Very nice. I'm glad that we finally have the glowing eyes. Honestly, it was kind of tough having to deal with the kids with their dull humanesque eyes, but Vex, you need to befriend Dorian. I mean, you guys are now the same age. Look at him! Look at his judgmental look! And Veronica over here. I feel like because Veronica's younger, maybe her brother keeps her very sheltered. And I imagine that Veronica and Eldrick have a very close relationship because Veronica's father wasn't too fond of having a daughter. He wanted a son, and unfortunately for him, he got two girls after Eldrick. And I don't think he ever ended up having a second son, which he desperately wanted. But because of that, I think Veronica's mother and brother give her lots of love, and so she's been a little bit sheltered, and she doesn't understand entirely that the royal family looks down on them and that the prince might not necessarily like her company. And she looks up to the prince just a little bit because, I mean, it's the High Prince. But as you can see, the High Prince is looking at her with disdain. But now that you are the same age as Dorian, maybe you guys are going to be able to get along a little bit better. Fingers crossed. I hope so. I definitely hope so. But look at her being all nice and cheerful, and he's ignoring her. Oh, Veronica. She was just ignored. Okay. Yeah, he's waving to her in passing. And now, supposedly, he's going to chat with her. But yeah, I don't think he's very fond of Veronica at all. Dorian, however, Dorian, why don't you chat with the prince and why don't you befriend the prince? Why don't you do that? But I definitely think, even the way that Dorian has his hairstyle, he's very neat and organized, and I think that Vex likes that. I think Vex feels as though Dorian keeps himself in good shape and whatnot. But look at him! He's so cheesed off when he's looking at Veronica, but he's talking so nicely to Dorian. I feel like he is barely holding himself back with being in this same space as Holdigan kids. He's barely holding himself back. He's trying though, for Dorian's sake. He's trying. Which is very good. Now, Veronica, did your brother Eldrick come? I do not see Eldrick anywhere. Huh. Did he not attend? I suppose he didn't. Maybe we can try, starting the gathering again and hope that he comes. I mean, I want all the kids to be here. Okay, well, I'll leave them be. I feel like Veronica almost, whenever possible, follows Vex around and tries to chat with him. And he entertains her, but he's not really enjoying it. Okay, Okay, look at Dorian. Maybe you guys can practice punching together. Let's do that. Nope. Or not. Or not. I don't know what would make Vex, like, have a good time. Because he doesn't really have any interests at this point. Like, he's got no likes and dislikes. So I try and kind of, he usually swims, but I usually leave him be to see where he wants to go and what he wants to do, so he can try and develop some of his likes and dislikes just a little bit. For King Uther, yeah, he's a bit tense because of the non-related kid nearby. But, what are his likes and dislikes? Okay, so he likes fitness. And then Leia also likes fitness, and she dislikes mischief. So that's something new that she's developed. She dislikes mischief. I think she was being mischievous with Uther, and maybe she felt bad. Or something. She scared him, and she felt bad, or something like that. So she started disliking it. But she wants to be friendly with Uther. So we'll get her to share insecurities. That is a friendly thing to do, right? And now she wants to be a little romantic. So we'll do that. Come on. Is she hungry? Giving food? Who are you giving food to? Who are you giving food to? I have never seen give food. I have never seen that interaction. Like, what is it? What does she mean, give food? I'm curious now. Who is she giving food? The toddler? What the heck? I do not know who this person is. Who is she giving food to? We literally have no toddlers. We have no toddlers in the house. I am so confused. Where are you going? A ghost child? Your future child, perhaps? Except no one's here. Leia, I think maybe she's just thinking about the impending baby. It's probably what she's thinking about. Oh, she's hungry. Okay. Well, I don't know if coffee is gonna be the best thing. Do we have any leftover food? Maybe we do not, apparently. Okay, well, I am going to get Uther to instruct the butler to prepare a meal. So he's gonna do that. And then Vex, let's see, Vex, I think you need to go upstairs really quickly into your quarters so that you can take a bath. And then let's get you something to eat. Hopefully the butler's done cooking by that point. And then Leia, she's gonna have some coffee because why not? I mean, I guess it's almost 7 p.m. We should be fine. We should be fine. Okay, let's just leave it be. Let's get the butler to prep some food for us. There we go. Vex, why don't you just relax into a rose petal bath? I think that would be nice. And yes, I don't know what it is with Vex, but he literally has a bath with this scythe that has like blood on it. Vex. I mean, I get that you're a Hulkane, okay, and you guys deal in untamed magic, and you literally live among all these graves. I get that, and yet, I don't know about the scythe, my boy. Don't know about that. Okay. Looks as though Dorian and Veronica are getting along very well. I mean, Veronica is a second-born, and Dorian's a firstborn. So, if they formed a sort of romantic bond with each other, they could. Even if they didn't, I suppose, they could get married. They are a potential match, these two. And Dorian does seem to have a soft spot for the Holdigans. But my goodness. My goodness. Dorian, can you be friends with Vex, please? I know Vex is very mean to the Holdigans, and I feel bad for the Holdigans, but at the same time, I just want Dorian and Vex to be friends. Please. Okay. You know what? Why don't you guys let me know? Who do you side with? Do you want Dorian to be... Because I feel like it's hard to, you know, befriend everyone, and I feel as though Dorian may have to give up some friendships in order for others to flourish, but do you want Dorian to be friends with High Prince Vex, or do you want Dorian to be friends with the Holdigans? Let me know. I want to know your opinions, because even though I feel bad for the Holdigans, I mean, they all have, you know, a bunch of siblings. I feel like they're fine with each other. I just really want Vex to have a friend, and I want Dorian to be his friend. I feel like Vex needs people on his side. I mean, yes, he's gonna have a new sibling pretty soon, but he's been on his own for a big portion of his life, and I feel as though he deserves to have friends. And also, I kind of like the fact that Leia and Ophelia are very close, and I want the kids to continue what they started. I would just, you know, I would like that. I think that would be so nice. Okay, let me put that in the fridge so that we have some food. Because our food apparently goes bad very quickly now, which is slightly frustrating. But why don't you have some of that herb-encrusted salmon? Oh, come on, kiddo. Come on out. Go have your food, and then you're probably going to go to sleep, and then everyone else can go back home. Everyone else can go back home. I don't know who that chick is. You can't summon the king to a battle when we don't even know who you are. Sorry, but only the royals can summon Uther to a duel. That's the way it works. I apologize if you feel offended by that. Okay. So let's get you some food, High Prince. Let's go get you some food. Hold on, hold on. Come on, let's go eat. Let's go eat. Who are you chatting with? I don't know who you're chatting with. Veronica's like outside. Go and eat, and then I'm gonna send you to bed. Let's see. I'm gonna send you to bed, and then as soon as he goes to sleep, I'm gonna let the kids disperse. And Leia, she is very exhausted as well, so let's send you to sleep. And then how's Uther doing? Look at Uther having all these whims for his family. Oh, that's adorable. I see these two together a lot, and I find that very cute. You know, father-son time. Father-son time. All the time. Okay, he's gonna go to bed as well. And we might just retire for the day, guys. We might retire and kind of keep track of everyone in the next episode. So Leia is most definitely going to be having this baby in the next episode. And that's going to be very exciting. We'll have something to look forward to. But okay, guys, with that said and done, I am going to leave off. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.